You thought I'd take the blame for us and crumbling around, and you ain't guilty of something. Already lost the game that you've been running. Guess it's catching up to you. You think that you're so innocent. After all the shit you did, I ain't angel, you ain't heaven sent. Can't wash our hands of this. You know the song?
No, I was just listening to that.
Bro, you don't know Post Malone and Morgan
Wallen?
Wallen? It's Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. It's a great song.
Nice. I don't listen to a whole lot of country, honestly.
Country is great.
I know. It's been growing on me. You know who I really like? It's from Theo's thing, is Red Clay Strays.
Who?
Red Clay Strays.
I'm not too sure what that is.
I don't even know if I said the name right, but
Wait, are we starting?
we can start whenever.
It started right now?
Yeah, I mean, we can just... The way I do it is, like, whenever I start the thing, like, I always take, like, 5, 10, 15 minutes where, like, I just keep talking, and then I just, like... I'm like, I don't like this, and then I just keep rolling. Because I used to try and just stop the video and then restart it again.
Okay.
And it just interrupts the flow process. The first time I actually started the pod, it took me 45 minutes to start.
Why?
Because I was just nervous.
Why, though? You have no audience.
I know. That's the weirdest part, right? Because I did stand-up for so long, and then I was... And it took, like... I had, like, a year or two hiatus before I started being creative again.
Okay.
And so it was, like... tough for me, and then I was just sitting here alone, and I had the table set up for the first episode, and it took me half a day to film it because the first 45 minutes I couldn't get into the creative flow state, and I kept getting like self-conscious. And then I remember because I told my friend about it, and because I took a break, and I called my friend, and he's just like, dude, you do stand up like live, like you don't have to post this video, like no one has to see it if you don't want anyone to see it. So it made me like feel a little bit better, but still took a while.
That's interesting because stand-up, you're in front of a group of people you don't know, like in a live setting on stage with the spotlight on you.
Yeah.
Podcast, you're at home alone. There's nobody here.
I know.
But you're saying you're more nervous in this type of setting than with other people.
I was.
But now it's okay?
It's a little bit easier now. But I think the main thing was when I started the podcast, it was like a new venture and like it's flexing a different muscle. It's very similar to stand-up. And I wasn't going to be funny either. It was just like I was just nervous hearing my own voice. I don't know if you ever do that. Like you know that feeling like when you play back your voice and then you hear it through your phone and you're like, man.
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, I don't like watching my own videos.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I only watch it when I edit, but when it's live and uploaded, like I don't like.
You don't revisit them.
I mean, sometimes, but not. I feel super like it's just very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like there's times when my parents would show me the videos that I upload, and I would tell them like please, I'm not watching this. Like, I don't want to watch it. It's just I feel like super like just very uncomfortable. Like, I don't know why.
Your parents watch your stuff?
I think sometimes, yeah. Because like every time I visit, they ask me about it, and then.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
But
that's cool that they show like a genuine interest in it.
I mean, that's your parents, bro.
Dude, not everyone.
They better have interest in you.
So, like, my dad for the longest time used to only care if it was like education or engineering related. Like, he didn't really care if it was like, you know, like, because I did theater in like middle school and stuff like that. But
he had no interest in that.
Well, yeah, it was like for him, it was like it takes away from your ability to focus on like the things that actually matter. So he wouldn't like take interest.
What
in
actually
it.
matters? I feel like that depends on the person.
That's what he would say. It was math and science. Like he didn't even care if I like failed history, not failed, but like he's like, I don't care if you get a B or a C in history. He's like, as long as you do get A's in like physics and math.
That's what mattered to him.
Yeah. Well, to him.
Okay.
Yeah. I think even today, like I feel like he secretly watches a little bit from here and
He
there.
probably does. I mean, he subscribed to you.
No, no. I don't even think he has a YouTube, bro. He just watches it like a guest.
Oh, he types it in?
Yeah, like he watches like random ass videos. Like he's got big into the dieting thing too, and so he's like watching all these like random doctors and shit.
The OMAD?
Yeah, he was doing that shit before I even started doing it. Actually, I picked it up from him, but he was like on like Ozempic and shit. But he's like diabetic, so he's like actually needs it and shit. So he got big into it. So he like goes down rabbit holes on YouTube and like it's just like it's like 400 views on these videos of a doctor from like India talking about diets and shit. I'm like, I don't know how legit this guy is.
I mean, has he lost weight from it?
Yeah.
Like he's gotten better?
Yeah. But it's hard to tell, man, because like when you get like older it's just, I don't know if you should be losing that much weight because it's like it's almost frail. It's not,
dude.
like
But I've seen your dad once. He's not overweight at all.
No,
he's like skinny.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So if you take, wait. So what happens if you take Ozempic if you're skinny?
I don't know.
Like you become even skinnier, like frail.
Yeah, I mean, it's borderline frail. That's what it looks like to me. The thing is, he actually needs it for diabetes and shit.
That's the original purpose of that medication, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Ozempic.
Yeah.
Bro, the Ozempic stuff is crazy, dude. You see hella celebrities taking that.
Dude,
and
yeah.
Bro, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill took it?
I'm pretty sure, dude. Have you seen him now?
Yeah,
he looks completely different.
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson.
I don't know who that is.
Rebel Wilson from Pitch Perfect.
Oh.
And she was like in a couple movies. Bridesmaids, I think. Yeah, I think she was on Bridesmaids. She looks completely different, bro.
Transformed, bro.
Yeah, I mean, she looks better.
Yeah,
because she lost the weight, but like, it's crazy how drastic, like, how powerful this drug.
I just, dude, I don't think anything that works that quickly comes without like drastic side effects.
No, 100%, dude. We don't know like the long-term effects of this drug.
When I was 229 a year ago, I heavily considered it, and I talked to my doctors about it. All of them said no. They're like, don't do it, and they're like, it costs $500 a month. And I was legitimately thinking, I was like, 500 isn't that bad.
That's expensive.
Like, it's like a second car payment. Like, it's not that crazy.
You should not be paying $500 a month for car payments.
But, well, insurance won't cover it if you don't fucking need it.
Okay.
So, but I was thinking about it heavy. It's like, I can totally see why people do it, but
bro, it's the easy way out, bro.
Exactly, yeah.
But is it though? Because like, if you stop taking Ozempic, like, let's say you take Ozempic, you lose hella weight, and then you stop taking Ozempic, and your eating habits are still the same, then you're just gonna gain the weight back, right?
That's what they say. That's what my doctor said.
Yeah. So it's not like you have to change like your mentality towards like fitness and food. I feel like to be healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, so that was what I was hoping to escape when I was trying to get on Ozempic. I was like, oh, maybe I can just like not change who I am and how I like look at food and drinks.
I got a cramp. That's crazy.
You got a cramp
on my foot.
This is too strenuous of an activity for you.
No. That was a good workout we had though yesterday.
Oh, dude,
I love that.
Yeah, dude,
I loved it.
I fucking love when people come through and visit me and we go to the gym.
Yeah,
that's I love doing that,
dude. Now thinking about it, I think this is the first time in my life where when I traveled somewhere, like working out with like a friend at a gym. First time ever.
Oh, nice. I mean, it helps to have like a nicer facility to go to.
Bro, that place was so nice, bro. Nicest gym ever.
Really?
Shout out to John Reed.
It's not a paid advertisement.
That's a great,
pure love.
Great place, dude.
Yeah, dude. I literally got it just for the sauna. Like I remember I had last year. I signed up in July and I was looking for gyms. So when I moved here to LA. I had a gym in my apartment complex, and I was like, "That's probably good enough." And I was like,
"It is good enough, though.
It is good enough, but it's not fun. I'm not having a blast when I go in there, and it's like super small.
Yeah.
But having the facility and like what I missed the most was the sauna. I was talking about this on my last pod, but I went back home.
The sauna was
in
nice.
In July, and I went back to my old gym when I was living at my parents' place, and then I got they got me like a week pass or something, and I sat in the sauna and then the steam room, and then I was just like, dude. This is the shit that I miss. So I started looking around here for gyms that have the sauna. That was like my only requirement.
Yeah.
And like this is the only one, bro. Equinox doesn't even have it. They only have a steam room, and they charge like double the price.
Yeah, I've never been to Equinox. I don't really know too much.
You could try it out. I mean, they let you like John Reed doesn't even they don't even let you try it out. They give you a tour, but they don't let you work out. But Equinox, you can go in and just get like you can do a workout in there.
Like a free day pass.
Yeah, I did it.
Interesting.
It was smaller than my gym. They didn't have a dry sauna, and there was just a lot of fluff, like a lot of shit that I don't need. Like they have like cold towels,
Bro, like I said, that place, you are not the target demographic for that place,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
You know, it's not geared towards you. It's probably geared towards like somebody who loves the cold towels
And
or
like
whatever it has.
exclusivity is what it felt like. And like the amenities were cool and it was nice, it was clean, but the people there didn't look like they loved working out. They looked like they loved having a space that other people couldn't get into. That
Maybe that's like the people they target.
yeah. It's like a country club light.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the vibe I got from it. And like I tried to get like, cause I was trying to wipe down my machine during my trial workout, and then I went in, I couldn't see, I didn't know where to go, so I saw one of the rooms and they were doing like a little fitness class. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna open the door, crack it, and grab like a little like wet cloth to clean the equipment. Right? I cracked the door open, bro. The instructor was just like, no, okay, we don't do that. Okay, we don't do that. We're running a class here. Okay, nope, no problem.
Bro,
He's
that's
like, just
crazy.
Don't do it again.
How good you are with that voice, dude. That's actually kind of creepy, dude.
I was like, bro, I just needed a thing. He's like, we don't do that.
Yeah. So that was not the right place for you.
Just didn't feel like the right fit. But I mean, here it's like I like to be in a place that like the people around me, like the environment actually influences me to not only like look good and like match, because the people there are fucking good looking, dude.
Where? Equinox?
At John Reed.
No, they are, bro.
They're like good looking
fit.
and they're like into it. Like,
Yeah.
Like you feel like working out a little bit more.
It's just like
into
the ambiance and like the vibe of that gym just makes you want to level up, dude.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like the cool thing is they encourage like shooting videos, filming, you know, posting it on social media. The complete opposite of approach of every gym. You know,
Right,
a lot of gyms like 24, they don't let you film. It's like taboo. It's like frowned upon.
Right.
But here it's the opposite approach. It's like, yo, we want you to film your workouts, post it on TikTok, Instagram, etc. Because it's free promo for the gym as well.
Word, yeah.
And there's like hella attractive people, super fit people. So like, bro, whoever's like owning this gym is like, they know what they're doing.
It's probably John.
Yeah, John Reed. Shout out to John Reed.
Well, yeah, I was, dude, that was one thing I noticed when I moved to LA is just how easy it is for people to like just do that kind of stuff. Because if you do that shit in the Bay or something like that, like there 100% of the time someone would like call you out or like just scoff at you or something like that. But
Yeah.
Like not only in the gym, but like if you start recording something, like people walk around you or like they make sure not to get in your shot or something like that. I've never seen that level of like they take it seriously. Because if you do that shit outside of LA, at least from what I've seen, even in New York, like in New York, it's a little bit like like this, but yeah,
the Bay Area.
But the Bay Area, it's like you know, it's just a bunch of tech dudes going.
It's
like,
a different culture, dude. It's a different culture. Here, it's entertainment capital, bro.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Like just people who when you ask people what they do in LA, they always say what they do in the evenings. They never say their day job. I noticed that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if someone's a waiter, they won't say they're a waiter. They'll say they're an actor.
I'm an aspiring actor.
No, they won't even say the aspiring part.
Did you say actor?
Yeah, they're like, I'm an actor.
Yeah.
And it's like implied that whatever they're doing during the day is not their real thing. So
it's not.
I kind of stopped telling people that I'm an engineer now. Like, depending on who I meet. If I meet another engineer or like someone in like that, where I'll tell them I'm an engineer, and I won't even mention the fucking other shit. Because, you know, it works the other way around. So if you tell, like, people in, like, 9-to-5 corporate life that you do stuff like entertainment, they look down on you, right? But if you tell people in entertainment that you work, like, a cushy, like, 9-to-5 engineering job, they look down on you.
Okay.
So I've noticed that in both ways. Like, because the people in corporate, a lot of times I get this vibe, like, they're like, not jealous, but, like, they're just like, oh, like, you know, like, who do you think you are type of thing. Like so you don't take your day job seriously. That's the vibe I get when I tell them that I do stuff. So I didn't tell anybody at this new job what I do. I mean, if they find out, it's whatever, right? But I don't put it out there. And then entertainment is the other way around. They're like, oh, so like you don't even need to do this. Like,
not to do what?
Like at people in entertainment, they'll be like, oh, so you have like a nice job like during the day. Like you don't need to do entertainment. Like, so they think that I'm not taking entertainment seriously.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like different mindsets for different.
Why does that matter though?
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just observation, that I noticed.
Okay.
So I kind of code switch now whenever I meet different types of people.
Nice.
Yeah, but I didn't notice that about LA. Like,
yeah, dude, LA is dude, people come here to, I mean, it sounds very cliche, but to chase their dreams, dude. From all over the world, all over America, LA is the place that people come to pursue their acting careers, their music careers, their entertainment careers. So you meet a lot of hustlers, but at the same time, you meet a lot of jealous people as well.
oh yeah,
Like it's a competition, bro. At the end of the day, you're trying to be an actor or a comedian. There's someone else who's trying to be an actor and a comedian. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And there's like a lot of like these fake personas, like they're hella cool to you and to you, but like behind your back, they're like saying shit, like talking down to you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like that's part of the game, bro. You just can't let it bother you.
To be honest,
you just gotta keep on doing your own thing.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think that happens whether or not you're doing acting in LA. I think it happens. I saw it in New York too. People like to say like New York people are like mad, like real, like they'll be mean, but they're like real with you. But I mean, honestly, I don't. I see the same thing.
That's funny. They're mean. Say it again. They're mean, but
like they're mean to you, but like they're real with you.
Okay.
Like they're not being fake. It's like that's what they pride themselves on, right? I don't know, bro. Fake people are everywhere, especially in entertainment. Like entertainment is like the place that people are fake. Because what happens is that people want to succeed. They have their own goals, right? And so they don't know how to treat you until they know what your potential is, right? So if they see you as somebody who could like potentially blow up or like has good connections, they're going to treat you well, right? But if they don't see that, then they won't really care. And that's regardless of whether you're in LA or New York or the Bay Area. Yeah. And it's true whether you're in entertainment or not.
It's just like human nature.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I've been lucky enough to not work at like toxic workplaces. And I've only worked at like 2 real jobs in my adult life, companies, I should say. But I've definitely seen like people within those companies where they'll throw you under the bus just as much as someone in entertainment would, just to get the leg up, like just to get that promotion for like a 4% raise, It's dumb.
No, I feel it. Yeah.
I just think that's how people are, honestly. Most people, especially if you don't know them intimately.
Yeah.
You ever had that at a workplace, like where someone was trying to throw you under the bus?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. At my last workplace.
What happened?
I mean, it's just like, I mean, I'm in sales, tech sales.
Yeah.
And just like the nature of that job is very like dog eat dog type of world, right? Because like people are trying to take your accounts, take your leads, because the more accounts and leads you have, the more money you make, right? So people will be acting hella nice to you, but behind your back, like they'd be like messaging the clients like secretly, like, hey, don't work with this guy, work with me, like stuff like that.
That's crazy. What? How do they even influence? So they're just gonna undercut the deal that you.
They'll just take the account from me, or like work with the customer behind my back and like try to close it. But there's a lot of stuff like that, dude. I mean, it's just part of the game, bro.
Yeah.
So you gotta, after work experiencing that, I learned like, dude, you have to protect yourself, bro, at all times.
What does that entail for you?
Like if you see something like that happening, like you have to speak up. You can't just be hella passive about it and be like, oh, I'll just give him this account. Like you got to be like, dude, like what are you doing, bro? Like why are you trying to go behind my back? And if you're upfront about it, it kind of catches them off guard. Like, oh, like
yeah, people don't expect that.
Yeah, like, oh, like I just can't do this, act like this to this guy. So yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff like that happened. It's like a good learning experience, though. You gotta protect yourself. Yeah, dude, just be wary. Like not everyone has your best interest.
Right, most people don't.
Yeah, so you gotta learn how to like weed those people out, and find who those types of people are. Because like you said, bro, there's a lot of just like fake people, bro, right? Like they tell you one thing, but it's not really that thing. And some people are delusional, bro. They take it for face value. They're like, oh, he's trying to be my friend. Nah, bro, not everyone, dude. That's why real friends are very rare, dude. Yeah. It's very rare to have true, genuine friends.
Right.
So if you have those true, genuine friends, you have to make sure like you hold them tight. You know.
Right.
Like, it's about the quality of the individual, not like how many people you know, and like, you know. I mean, that's what I think, at least for me.
No, I think that's why we get along, is because we probably believe in that thing too.
Yeah.
I think quantity matters more when it's like when it's not intimate friends, right? Like when your quantity matters in a networking sense to me. Like I want to know as many people as I can on a corporate level. Okay. Or like for entertainment, as many like industry people as I can know. Then quantity matters, right? But for quality, I mean, for friends, I mean, quality is where it's at, right? Because that's where the intimate stuff gets shared. And you just can't mix the two, is what I've realized.
Mix what?
You can't mix the two. Like, you can't mix your intimate thoughts and your experiences with people that aren't that close with you. Like, I used to do that thing where, like, I don't know why I did this, but like early in my career, I would try to be intimate with everybody, whether they were in my workplace, whether they were like legitimate like childhood friends or and stand up too. What I've noticed, bro, is when you open yourself up to people who don't deserve it, maybe 5% or less return that and they open up back to you. But 95% of people just kind of use that information against you in some sort of way, like, oh, I could take advantage of this guy, you know? But those were lessons that I learned the hard way.
Yeah, bro. You don't want to be sharing everything, dude.
Yeah.
You know? But at the same time, you don't want to be like not sharing anything to the point where you're closing yourself off to people.
Right.
But for me, like, I would much rather be a little bit more private than openly, like, be an open book for everyone. You know, if I had to choose between the two.
Were you always like that, or were you open?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. I don't know. The older I get, I realize I'm more like, I'm just like a pretty like private person, I feel. I mean, that's what you said yesterday, right? I didn't even. That's not like, I'm not trying to do that on purpose. Yeah. You know, it's just like, I don't see the need for me to like openly tell people like, oh, like this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. Like, that's just not like my personality, you know?
Right.
It's not a good or bad thing, I feel. It's just like, that's just who I am as a person.
Do you think any of that has to do with being an only child? So we're both only childs, right? But it's interesting because I think this personality differs when it comes to that. Like, because I feel I want people to know a lot of things. And
why though?
I think it's because I didn't have any siblings, and I moved around every year of my life up until high school. And then after high school, I moved to college, and then college, I moved to New York. And then after New York, I moved back to the Bay and then to LA. So I feel like I'm constantly in this loop of like trying to get people on my side. And so in order to do that, I feel like I have to divulge information about myself. But for you, I feel like it's almost like you're an only child, and what you got from that is like you're content with yourself. It's two different results of the same situation, is how I see it. Is that right?
Am I content with I mean, I feel like I'm comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
Am I content with myself? I don't know. I mean, I'm always striving for more.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but for me, like I'm not gonna like tell random ass people like, oh, like this is what I did last night. Like what's, unless they ask me like, hey, how was your weekend? Like, what did you do? Then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll tell them, you know. But like, I'm not gonna just go up to some random dude and be like, this is what I did. Like, this is who I am. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro, that voice is killing me.
I don't see like the point of doing that for me personally.
Yeah, it seems like you just have less to prove. Like you're just secure with yourself in a way.
I don't know, maybe.
Or maybe
I have insecurities too, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all insecure. You know, if someone tells you that they're not insecure, they're just fucking lying to you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, we're human, bro. Like, we all have our insecurities, our weaknesses, and our strengths. But for me, like, yeah, I feel like I'm more of like a private person, you know?
You think that served you well? Like, you think you've avoided problems? Because I think staying quiet takes you out of a lot of situations that are like potentially annoying or harmful to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think staying private, a little bit private, has made me avoid like those problems. But at the same time, I feel like it's made me feel like others might view like me a little bit unapproachable sometimes. Like that's what I've been thinking recently. Like, is me acting like this like making others kind of wary to like reach out, or like am I making other people feel uncomfortable? Like these are some of the thoughts I've been having recently.
Really?
Yeah.
How recent?
I say like the past year or so.
Oh. What do you think started those thoughts? I mean, you seem to be completely fine up until a year ago then.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's you're saying these thoughts started a year ago, right? So I'm curious, did anything happen a year ago that kind of triggered this chain of thought?
I mean, I was just doing some reflection after my birthday. After I turned 30, I was like, you know, evaluating some of my relationships and like my friendships and like, you know, people at work and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, am I like, do I give off the vibe that I'm like kind of like aloof sometimes? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what you said yesterday, pretty much, right?
I mean,
but which was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I never in my life was I trying to give off that type of like vibe.
You're just doing you, bro. I mean, like people can take it how they take it, right? But I don't think you keeping to yourself, I don't think that makes people uncomfortable. I think it does. You're just kind of like a question mark to a lot of people. And okay. I notice this because when I've had this thought before.
Like a poker face.
Right, exactly.
Like in poker.
Yeah. Like people don't know what to think. And so because of that, they'll act conservatively, right? Like they're not going to prod you or anything like that because they don't know what type of reaction they're going to get.
Okay.
So
that's funny.
I've noticed this too. When I interact with people who I call acquaintances, like I know them and we're on good terms, but we're not friends, right? They don't know the real details about me. A lot of times, the peak of my relationship with those types of people is when they don't know shit about me. And it's just niceties and I'm just being surface level, but like smiling and having a good time, right? The second that I open up about some shit or I start acting a little bit more like myself, they're just like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
So why not just act like yourself from the beginning?
I do, but I act like myself, but...
So you can weed those people out.
Because you can't just always be yourself from the get-go, like fully. You can't let the floodgates open from the beginning, bro.
True. But your main core personality and characteristics, it can be the same.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm saying more like there's a baseline level like of things that I'm gonna be, right? Like there's my personality and there's some core principles there that I'm okay with letting people know. But this is just with any situation, right? You don't approach a new group of people and just come out the gate like just fucking, because I'm a weird dude. Like I'm weird and I'll say like unhinged things.
Okay.
And I don't want that to be the first impression, because first impressions last, bro.
They do.
They last longer. Like I can't tell you how many.
But what if you act like that and they took it so well?
It just hasn't happened for me. It just
never.
I'm a guy that needs lubrication apparently for people. I'll tell you this: in high school and college, you know what? So like this is a common thought that people have told me. They're just like, you know, when I first met you, I hated you, bro.
like now I love you.
Yeah, well, they're just like, but I want like they're like I get you now.
Why? What did you do?
I was just myself. This is what I'm saying. I was just myself. I was unapologetically myself. Like on the tennis team in high school, people said that to me. When I went to college, people said that. They're just like, you were a little abrasive at first, but I get like what you're about now.
Okay.
But it's a common theme. Multiple people who don't know each other have said this to me personally, and they're just like, yeah, like you rubbed me the wrong way when we first met. And so,
what did you do though? I don't understand what. Did you say something hella crazy?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it was just unapologetically just fucking being myself, laughing loudly, cracking jokes, just being loud and okay with myself, you know?
Okay.
This happened when I joined multiple groups. Like I was in the Filipino club. Like I joined like.
Why are you in the Filipino club?
Dude, I don't know.
That's hella weird. They accepted you?
Dude, Filipinos are one of the most accepting groups of people.
No, I mean like it's not like you have to be like the requirement is not to be Filipino.
No,
you can be
not
any
at all.
race and you can join.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, a majority of them are going to be Filipino, but it just so happened that like the people that I was close with in college, like a few of them were in the Filipino club, and they're like, "Dude, you should just pop out to the parties." And then after a couple of parties, and like meeting some more people, they were just like, "You should just join, dude." Like, I was like, "All right." And honestly, I enjoyed that more than like the Indian Student Association.
You joined both.
I was the president of ISA
in college.
Yeah, for a little bit.
So you're a traitor.
I was a traitor.
You joined both clubs.
I joined both clubs, and I enjoyed the Filipino club more. They were more welcoming.
Damn.
I shouldn't. Nah, fuck it. They were more welcoming.
Why? What was the difference?
It was larger. There was more people, and
so your own country rejected you.
They didn't reject
me. But you're
bro.
the president, though.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how it happened. So I don't know how to describe it, bro. Like, there's a level of acceptance, right? But then it's like when it comes down to it, like who actually knows me, right? This is where that acquaintance versus friends thing plays, right? I had friends in the Filipino club, but I think I had like one at most, maybe two friends in ISA, but I had way more in the Filipino club. But on a surface level, like when I gave my president's speech or whatever to the ISA, they were just like, wow, this guy sounds confident. This guy seems like he knows what he's doing. He seems like he can control a crowd. Okay. And I think that's why I got elected. You know, I actually dropped out of halfway through.
Of what?
Of ISA. Yeah, I was president, and I was just like, I messaged the entire like board, and I was just like, yo, I'm going through some mental health stuff.
But I'm staying with the Filipino club, though.
Yeah, actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's actually what. I mean, I was just a member of the Filipino club. I wasn't on the board, but with the ISA thing,
fucking traitor, bro.
I know. Yeah, that's actually how it does come off, huh?
That's hella funny, actually.
I don't know. I mean, you can't control it, man. I mean, like, just because people are Indian doesn't mean I'm gonna get along with them. Actually, I would say that it's tougher for me to get along with any homogenous group, right? I think that's the key difference between the Filipinos and like the Indian Student Association, at least in my chapter for college, was that I found that the Filipinos were just okay. They didn't care that you were like, they don't care that you're Filipino. Like, obviously, if you're Filipino, you're going to relate on some sort of shit that like non-Filipinos won't, right? But with ISA and like Indians in general, I felt this my whole life, by the way. Like, if you are Indian and you only hang out with Indians, okay, I'm an outcast to those people. So I never got along with people who only hang out with Indians because for whatever reason, dude, and maybe this is like a psychological thing, but like it's like a herd mentality sometimes. And I think this is true for any demographic,
yeah.
Right? Like if you, no matter what race, no matter what group you're in, sometimes they don't like to see that you don't take their group to be the main group, right? So all my friends my whole life have been just personal connections, individual connections, and sometimes that aligns into a group, right? But it's not like, oh my God, we're Indian, we must be friends forever. Like, it's not like that. That's to me, that's weird, bro. Like,
it is strange because they're at college. They were like that for like Koreans too, bro.
Yeah,
like FOBs, like Koreans from Korea, who international students who came to America to study, they would have their own cliques, and it would only be Korean people. But that's like for every country, I feel.
Word. That's what I mean.
Mainly because they probably feel more comfortable, right?
Yeah,
hanging out with their own people.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think it's wrong. I just think it's hard for me to relate to that because I've always I like race, dude. Like me being Indian is like the last thing. It doesn't even come across my mind when I think about friendships, right? But this happens all the time, bro. Like if you does this happen to you? Let me ask you this. So when you meet another Korean and like they don't know you, they never talk to you, but then they see you, do they go, "Are you Korean?" And then like they want to bond with you on that?
I've never experienced that.
Really?
No, but they know I'm Korean.
Yeah.
And I know they're Korean.
But
it's not like, oh, we must be friends because we're Korean. It's just like, yeah, we might have a higher chance because we have more like our cultures is the same. But like if you're just because you're Korean, like I'm not be like, oh, like let's be friends. Like if you have a weird personality that I don't vibe with, then I'm not gonna hang out with you.
Right.
You know, it's more of like the individual, not really the ethnicity of the person.
Yeah.
At least for me.
See, that's how I am. But when I see another Indian in the wild, they always ask me, bro. Like,
are you from North or South?
Dude, don't even get me started, bro.
Is that what they say?
This is how every conversation goes, right? I'll go to a liquor store. This literally happened a month ago. I went to the liquor store next to Dansangsa, and it's run by a couple Indians, right? Okay. And then I go in there. I'm buying. I'm like I clock them, and I'm just like they're definitely gonna ask me if I'm from India, right? I get my little tall can while I'm waiting in line for dinner. Yeah. And then as I'm checking out, the guy's he scans it. He's just like, "You from India, bro?" And I'm just like, yeah. And I was like, "Are you from India?" And he's just like, "Yes. Where are you from?" And I was just like, South India. And he's just like, "Okay." And
why?
That was it.
Why?
No, it's just that's just it. Like
he was from North India?
I would assume so, but I don't think it's like that. I think it's more like that was the extent. Like he was very fulfilled knowing that there was another Indian there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that was it.
Oh, I thought you were saying like he was like once you said you were from South, like it rubbed him the wrong way.
Oh,
and he's like, oh,
I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but like I think most of the time the conversation just ends because all they wanted to know was whether you're from India or not. Because then they're like a fellow Indian.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So that happens a lot, but I just it doesn't matter to me. When I'm like meeting people, I truly, it's the last thing on my mind when I talk to people. I don't notice all like
facts.
One of my friends, he always notices that like he's just like, man, there's like no black people here, and I'm just like, huh, yeah, you're right. And he's like, but I don't walk into rooms and I don't think like, oh, there's no Indians here. You know?
Yeah. Nah, me neither.
Like do you feel like that? Like you walk into a room and you're like, man, I'm the only Korean in here. Like, this is weird. Like,
no, not specifically that, but there are times where if I walk in, not a room, but maybe like a show or a venue, I'd be like, oh shit, there's no Asians here, or oh shit, there's hella like Mexicans or whites, or you know what I mean. That's how I felt at when I went to UFC for the first time. It was in Vegas, and it was like during like a rodeo convention, and bro, there were hella like Midwest from the South, like just wearing cowboy hats.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, bro, there's hella like Southerners here, dude.
That's
but like not in like a negative sense. Like that's just like my observation. I was like, holy shit, there's hella like cowboys here.
Oh, but yeah, you can't help but notice it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that kind of stuff never really bothered me, man. But like when it comes to friendships and like deep connections, it's never like I can't believe to some people that's like a really important thing, you know. And you can get even like to be the same race or to be the same religion. Like I didn't realize these were factors that are so important for people because to me they're so far down on the list of priorities. Like to me, it's more like
the individual,
right? Like what are you about? Like are you a decent person? And honestly, it's down to like what are your interests? Do you like to do the same activities as me? Yeah. I realize a lot of my close friendships are based on connecting on a common activity, right? For you and me, it's like I was the first guest. I mean, the first time I ever did a podcast was when I was a guest on your pod.
Yeah.
Right. And then that's when I realized I'm like, we're doing similar things in terms of like building a social media account, and in terms of like kind of putting ourselves out there, right? And that's where I felt like you and I like I felt like the friendship, the bond grew a little bit stronger because of the activity that we had in common.
Yeah, we're both creatives, bro.
Yeah,
at our core. And a lot of people aren't, which is fine.
And if they're not, I feel like for me, there has to be something else that needs to, like, we have to play the same sport, or we have to be in the same game, or like do you watch movies, like similar movies? Like, to me, that's what matters more than like
poker.
Are you Indian? No. Oh, sorry. Like that doesn't. Yeah. I can't believe people think like that. Yeah. Honestly,
I mean, everyone's different, bro.
Yeah,
everyone's different. Everyone has their own unique philosophy of how to live. I don't think it's a right or wrong. Just because someone thinks like that, I'm not gonna like condemn them and be like, why are you thinking like that? You can't be. That makes me the hypocrite then.
Yeah, right.
For me, it's more just like, all right, bro, you can think whatever you want to think. It's cool,
I had to work on that myself. I used to think a lot like what you were saying, like, oh, if you think like that, then you're wrong. I had to work on that myself. I still work on that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, bro, everyone is different, bro. The world is so big. So many different types of people, different backgrounds, different upbringings, right? There's no like, this is the right way. You must live like this. It's like, who the fuck are you to say that, bro?
Right.
Like, what gives you the right to say something like that, right? Obviously, there's like universal things that are wrong, like morally, right? That everyone agrees on. Like, you shouldn't steal, you shouldn't murder and stuff like that. But like when it comes to just like what you believe, like religion or whatever, right? Like, bro, just believe in whatever you want to believe in, bro. Just don't cause no like fucking crazy problems, like being hella violent and shit like that,
Yeah. Well, this is a very special episode. We have our first guest on Neel Sits Down. I'm sitting down with Hanjun Rhee. Actually, I'm sorry, Kendrick Rhee. Kendrick has a page called Every Single Guitars. You can follow it on all social media platforms. Tell us more about Every Single Guitars. How did it start? What is it now? And how has it evolved since you began?
Damn, that's a good question. I started it after college. I told myself after college, I'm not going to work a corporate job right away for at least 2 years, like 2-3 years. And it was really difficult because, dude, all my homies were already employed at that point. They were interviewing, going into corporate 9 to 5, making a salary, using that salary to pay rent and like buy stuff they like, and I'm just at home. I'm like, dude, I just can't work corporate right now. Cause I always, at my heart, at my core, I was always like a entrepreneur, I always wanted to make money my own way. And I loved flipping, like buying and reselling, and I loved guitars. So I was like, yo, let me just combine the two, resell guitars and just see how it goes. And one guitar turned into 2 guitars, 2 guitars turned into 3 turned into 4. And I was like, dude, this is a lot of gear that I'm moving. And this is something that not a lot of people are doing. I feel like I have to document this because I'm in like a unique position, right? A lot of people, they buy guitars to play. They only buy one, right? They're like a musician or something like that. Right. But for me, I'm taking more the business angle. I'm buying in bulk to resell. Not a lot of people are doing this. I should start a channel, like a YouTube channel, so I can document my process. It was for myself too. It was never for, oh, I need to post these videos to get a lot of views. Obviously that's nice, but it was like a diary for myself, like a journal for myself, like a digital journal. And when I started the channel, it was Never, I'm going to try it out for 1 or 2 years and stop. It was never like that. It was, I'm going to do this until I die. This is my journal. This is my digital journal, you know? So I just kept on posting, buy a guitar, review it, tell the pros and cons, what I liked, what I didn't like. I didn't care dude, I got hella hate comments, bro. Hella. I still do.
Yeah. That's a rite of passage, though.
It is. And hate comments are good because it shows you that people are watching, and different types of people are watching.
Right.
Yeah, that's
not
very
just,
important.
Not just people who are up your alley.
Yeah.
It's reaching people outside of your immediate audience.
Exactly. And when you post content and everybody agrees with you, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
But if everyone disagrees with you, that's not a good thing either.
Right.
There has to be a balance.
Yeah.
You got to have, obviously the majority should support you, but you need that small percentage that hates on you, that disagrees with you, because then that shows you're targeting multiple demographics, multiple different types of people.
Right.
So yeah, I did that, just buying and reselling, reviewing guitars, gears, for 2 years. And then I stopped. I took like a year break, like a year and a half break. And I was like, now I feel ready to work a corporate job so I can learn how a business is run, you know? Because everything, when I first started out, I just didn't know what I was doing. I had no system, you know? So I was like, I want to go to a big, like a really corporate company so I can learn like how business is run properly and then use that to apply to my own business. So that's what I've been doing. And then now I've seen a lot of growth the past year. And yeah, I've transitioned to the big vision is to be actually, I've never said this publicly, but a media company. I think that's the right move. So instead of just documenting guitars, I want to document music as a whole, like a database. So yeah, it's a work in progress. I hired 2 interns.
You did? Really?
I did. Yeah.
How long ago?
It's like 6 months ago.
Dude, sick.
Yeah. Just to help me with like the filming and stuff, the editing a little bit. Cause bro, it's just so much work for one person.
Right. Especially editing, dude. Because making the content is one thing, but then editing is like second half. Even I would say it's more than half of it.
Yeah. And yeah, dude. I love it though. It's truly my passion. Music. One of my great loves of life, you know? So
do you also create music, or is it more so just being involved with music in some way?
The latter. I mean, I play music, but I'm not a pro. Like, I just play for fun. That's not my goal.
Uh-huh.
I would much rather promote someone else who's very talented and showcase their skills to the world. Cause like I'm above average, but I'm not like anything special when it comes to playing and making music. But there's so many people out there in the world, so talented, bro. So extremely talented that I want to promote them and showcase their skills. So that's what I've been doing.
What's the timeline on that? So you said you graduated and then you started for a bit. You took a 1.5 year break. So at some point you reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean,
thank you.
I'm at like 12 or something like that right now.
Okay. It was hard, bro.
Yeah.
It was hard.
So what do you think? Tell me about the growth, like the process of the growth, and especially when you first started, because you said that you don't have a system for it, right? Because I'm kind of
now I do.
You do now.
Now I do.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did you get from not knowing what to do to having a system? Because I'm in that process where I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just putting myself out there, and I received my first few hate comments myself. I got in my head a little bit, and then eventually I realized it's part of the game, right?
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
Sorry. What was the system?
Yeah, like how did you? Because
dude,
when we first started, when I was a guest on your pod, you had like 14,000 followers,
Yeah.
and then you just blew. Bless you. You just blew the fuck up like to 100,000.
I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, my bad, dog.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, the growth from 0 to 14K seemed to be longer than the growth from 14 to 100,000.
Of course.
So,
Of course.
yeah, let me hear more about those two phases.
Well, it's very difficult to grow your social media channel in the beginning because nobody knows you,
Right.
right? Social proof, that concept is very real.
What does that mean? Social proof?
It means when nobody knows you, nobody follows you. But if you have a big following, there's more likely for other people to follow you because you have social proof. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're,
like cred.
huh? Credibility.
Yeah.
So if you were trying to, find a cooking recipe for spaghetti, right? It's a terrible example, but like you type it on YouTube, and there's one channel with 10 subs and another channel with 2 million subs.
I'm watching.
You're most likely watching 2 million subs, right?
Right.
Exactly. That's the same concept. So when you're first starting out, nobody knows who you are. Since nobody knows who you are, YouTube, the algorithm is not going to push you, right? So it's very hard in the beginning, and a lot of people, they lose the motivation. They be posting for months, maybe years. You're not getting much followers or views, and they're thinking, this is pointless. Like, why am I even doing this? Like, I'm not gaining any traction. And they just give up. That's a majority of creators, majority of business people, right?
Yeah, I see it.
But that's why it's very important to do something you truly love, bro. Because it's for the passion, If you're passionate about something, even if it's hard, bro, you still do it because this is what you love, bro. The motivation comes from within. You're internally motivated. You're not motivated by views or what other people think or what other people say. So it's very hard to do something, business or creating content, if you're not fully into it. If you're just like, oh, I kind of like this, that's not good enough, bro, to be motivated. There has to be a genuine love and appreciation for the craft for you to have the discipline to keep posting or keep producing or keep filming pods or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to do something you love, that you have interest in. And if you have that, when times get tough, like I'm not getting enough views, you will still continue to make, because it's not for the views at the end of the day. It's for the love of the craft. Right.
Yeah.
So for me, like I said, dude, I love music, bro. I always have. I love the guitar. I love playing the guitar. I love business, buying and selling, And I was like, dude, I need to just combine this all together. And that's how every single guitarist was formed, pretty much.
Ooh, nice, dude. I really like that you said that it's a combination of all of your interests, because I think that's what it takes sometimes. I think you gotta, for me at least, I think I'm starting to see a bigger picture for myself, because I thought that it was stand-up for the longest time. But I'm starting to realize stand-up was like one piece of the larger puzzle, where I learned production value because I produced that special, right? And I produce shows. So there's skill in production, there's skill in directing, talking about camera angles and like how to shoot this, what types of color grading or like exposure you want for what you're capturing.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, but I think it's leading for me. Like I'm taking all these individual skills with like writing, because I journal, all these skills, I think like picking and choosing, I think it's leading to something greater, right? Because for you started with just, I want to sell guitars, right? And that evolved to something so much greater than just selling and flipping guitars, right? And I think that's really cool, because when you're in the day-to-day, you obviously, I don't think you probably, when you first started, it doesn't sound like you were thinking of like, I want to have like a media company.
No.
Right?
No.
But it evolved into
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
So I think it takes so much like patience with yourself to allow yourself to go through the process to understand what you want, right?
Facts.
So, and that took you years, right? Like at least 5 years?
6 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing this 2018. So
Wow.
8 years.
Yeah.
With like a year or two hiatus.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first started out, it was literally, dude, I need to make money, bro. And I love guitars, so let's just like buy and sell guitars, right? And then I was like, dude, I'm not, like, this is not enough money, dude. Like, because at that time when I graduated, I had no concept of how much things cost. So like, I didn't know how much rent was,
right?
Because I was living at home, like I didn't check how much rent cost, right?
Hella money.
Yeah, and then once I started researching, like, how much does rent cost? It's like, dude, 2.5K a month. Like, how much fucking guitars do I have to sell? And when I started out, bro, I was broke as fuck, bro. Yeah. I had like $4,000 maybe after college, and my parents aren't wealthy, so I can't like, hey mom, can I get a down like a loan? No, dude, there was like, I had to fucking figure this shit out myself, dude. So I was selling guitars that were like a couple $100 and like making like $50, maybe $100 per transaction, and I was like, dude, I have to sell like 30 of these to pay even rent, just rent,
just to survive.
Yeah, just to survive. Even. And that's what I was doing, and I was like investing on the side too, like swing trading and stuff like that. Yeah. Like just trying to like do something to make some money. And then after a couple years, I was like, dude, I need to think bigger, bro. You know, this is not just I'm not just flipping guitars, dude. Like I need to like dream super big, you know? And yeah. That's what happened.
I like that. You know what's interesting is that you, like a lot of this, it sounds like there was like a monetary motivation, like an incentive for you. Like,
of course.
See, I see it the other way around, where it would be nice to make money off of what I do, but I feel like money gets in the way of my passion sometimes. Like if I had to do this full time for a living, I feel like I wouldn't be into it as much. And then the quality of my output would lower. But
Say it again.
So I feel like if I had to rely on what I'm doing right now for my income and for my rent.
You're talking about your job?
No, this right here, podcasting, stand-up, acting. Okay. If I had to rely on that for my income, I think I would be miserable. Okay. So, but for you, you're saying like the incentive of dreaming bigger came from like wanting to make more money.
Money was part of it, but that was not the sole motivation. For me, it was to truly create a platform where I could educate the public on music, a music database. And I knew if I did that, the money would come. You know? Yeah, money is important, right? But a lot of the times, if that's like your primary motivating factor, I mean, you kind of lose sight of the main goal.
Right. That's how I feel. In my
opinion.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, and this is something I've thought about as well. If I did choose to work corporate right away from school, once I graduated, I don't think I would have made every single guitars. You know what I mean?
Because you'd be too comfortable with
whatever. I might be too comfortable, or maybe I did make it, but I wouldn't devote as much time. Because when I started out, dude, it was like a desperation, bro. You know?
Starving artist.
Yeah, it was like, dude, there is no plan B. I don't think like that. My plan B is never to, if this doesn't work out, I'm just going to work. No, bro. There is no fucking plan B, dude. It's like, I have to make this fucking work, dude. Yeah. That was my mentality, and it still is. Yeah, if I worked a legit corporate job right after work or right after school, I don't think the results have been the same. No way. I needed those 1 to 3 years to dedicate 100% of my time to this. I had to build the foundation. I had to plant the seeds. You know, if I worked right away, there would have been too many distractions, and there's just no way I would have made it to this level or to this state. That's what I think personally. And it's very interesting because I only know this now since so much time has passed. Like 8 years has passed. Now I can make those, I can reflect, you know? So yeah, it's like, dude, sometimes if you truly want something, bro, you have to devote the majority of your time to it. And this is where I feel like you and I a little bit disagree, you know, because you tell me, oh, you know, for stand-up, I don't want to live like a starving artist, right? Yeah. Like I want to work a job so I can have the money to pursue my passions, right? Which is true. Yeah. But sometimes, bro, if you're like so fucking desperate and your back is against the wall, you're gonna figure out how to make it, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're truly passionate about that craft, right? You know, and if you're not, then that was never your true passion. It was just kind of like a thing you liked, like a hobby. Right. Yeah. That's what I think personally. Maybe a lot of people have differing views, but for me, like, it's very difficult to half-ass something and half-ass another thing. 50-50. Let me do corporate 50%. Let me do comedy 50%. Right. Yeah. It's very difficult, and it's gonna take a long time. A lot longer time, just in my opinion. So yeah, like, hindsight is 2020. Like, if I worked right away, I don't think this would happen. That's what I believe, at least. So how did you maintain your day to day then in that first 1.5 to 3 years? What do you mean? Well, the reason most people have day job, like, I mean, even aspiring actors, like, they're waiting, or they're doing something. I mean, I was living at home. I had no expenses. And then I moved to Fresno. My grandma has an apartment in Fresno, so it was an empty. But then she was living in the Bay Area at that time, so that apartment in Fresno was empty. So I asked my parents, like, hey, you think I could just, crash there for some time? Yeah. Because I didn't want to live at home. Right. Yeah. And that messes with your independence, and it does. It creates this dynamic where you're still like a kid depending on your parents. Yeah, and I wanted to focus, Central Valley, middle of nowhere. But you still got expenses. Okay, let's say you don't pay rent. You still got to pay for food, groceries, something, right? So that was from selling guitars, flipping guitars, reinvesting that money into the business, but also like saving some on the side for my personal self. I was really into swing trading, dude. Trading stocks. I'm still am. That's how I made money as well. Like trying to figure out different ways, just whatever I had to do. And that's what happens when your back is against the wall, dude. Like, because if you don't do it, you can't survive, right? Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? You're talking about not having a tether, basically. You don't have a safety net, right? Like, you have to do the thing, otherwise you'll fail. This reminds me of that scene in The Dark Knight Rises when Christian Bale, Batman, is in the jail, and he has to make that jump. Yeah. And he asks him, how did the little child make that jump? Because he's like, why the fuck can't I do it? The little child made it, right? And then the prisoner says, she did it without the rope, right? And to me, I don't even remember that or that line. But the rope to me symbolizes like a safety net, right? So he has to let go. He has to go for it. And he just has to go for it, right? And that's the only way he made that jump. Yeah.
That kind of sounds like
that's a great analogy.
Yeah, that to me, that's what that sounds like. And I don't think I've ever had to do that, to be honest. And even if I did comedy full time, the crazy thing is I still have that safety net of moving back in with my parents, you know?
No.
So many people don't have that.
Honestly, I do have that safety net as well. You know, like if worst comes to worst, right? I lose everything. Yeah, my parents are there, but I am making sure it will never get to that state.
Yeah.
You know, that's not like, there's just no way I want to move back home. Right. Yeah. So like, bro, sometimes you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, you know, and very tough situations, because that's how you learn the most, and that's how you grow. You know, if you're always comfortable with no like everything's done for you, right? You become very complacent.
Yeah.
And that's a very dangerous spot to be in, especially when you're young. Like, mom and dad cooks for you, cleans for you, you know, and you're just like, oh, it's such an easy life. Like, you know what I mean? But like, then there's no progress, bro.
Yeah.
There's no growth. Then what's the point?
I've met these kind of people.
Yeah, what's the point,
They're
bro?
boring as hell, bro.
It's just like, come on, bro. Like, you got one life to live. How do you want to fucking live this life? Right? Like, do you just want to coast? Which is fine. That's what a lot of people do. For me, it's just like, bro, I want to make a name for myself, dude.
Yeah.
In my craft. You know? Like, there's so many people I'm inspired by. Like, I want to be like them, dude.
Yeah.
I want to be like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like Kobe, you know? Yeah. Like
why
true
not?
Dedication to the craft and see what your potential is.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that has always intrigued me so much, dude. Just like the potential of like a human. Like, how much can you do? You know? I think that's so cool.
For a lot of people, dude, I think they themselves are the ones to tell themselves, I can't do that. Why? And that kind of blows my mind, because I've always had the mentality like, why wouldn't I be able to do that? You know? Yeah. Because if I at least tell myself that I can, then I'm going to do better than what I already thought that I could, right? But I talk to people all the time, bro. A lot of people don't even put that thought in their own head that they can do that. Like, right? Like, I'll see somebody amazing, right? I'll see like an animated show that I really like, and then I'll be like, I could probably do that if I spent enough time and if I do this and this and this, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, man, I could never do that. And I'm like, but you could, though. That whoever you're looking at, they started out the same way, right?
Exactly. That's why. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just can't believe like it stops right at the person. I'm like, you stopped it before it even started.
Bro, that's why the biggest limitation is your mind, bro. You know what I mean? Like, humans are capable of doing so much, bro. So much. Right? But it's the mind that limits you. It's very interesting concept, bro. You have two people who grow up the same environment. One person says, I can do it. One person says, I can't do it. But that is all the difference that it takes for them to want to pursue their dreams and one to just not, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude. The mind is powerful, bro. How you think, what you tell yourself. If you always tell yourself, oh, I suck at this, I'm not good enough, I can't do this is too hard, that's who you become.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the opposite as well. Like, I can do this. This is going to be hard, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Like, let's see where this goes, you know? And if I fail, then I fail, right? That's part of life.
But you try.
But at least I tried.
But, dude, you're supposed to fail.
You're supposed to fail.
You're supposed to.
You're supposed to.
How else are you supposed to know what not to do?
That's part of the game, right? Bro. Yeah.
Like, if you don't do anything, then you don't know what not to do. And then you never do the thing, right? So
Facts.
My friend who's a artist, he like you know, classical like painting, designing and stuff like that. He tells me all the time, it's just like the funniest, like every single person, you know, this is a cliche thing. Like, if you meet an artist, it's like, oh, I don't know how you do it. I could never do that. I can't even draw a stick figure. And that's what he says. That people say that to him every month at least. That like, I can't even draw a stick figure.
Yeah.
and it's funny. And he's just like, he tells me when we talk about it, he's like, when I started in high school, I couldn't draw either. And he's like, these people don't realize that it's not something you're born with. It's like just something you fail constantly at until you stop failing as much.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt with stand-up too. And that's a tough one, man, because you're judged by so many other people. So that's the next level, I think, is like when you finally accept yourself, that first level of like you telling yourself, yes, I can do it and I will persevere. The next level is like your friends and family.
Friends and family what?
Like just having them support you too, right? Because I don't
care about that.
Well, a lot of people do.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. Like they'll let their friends and family or like their immediate network around them dictate how successful they are. I've seen this too, where they're doing great, dude. They're genuinely doing great. They're pushing through. They're failing as they should, and then they learn from their mistakes. And then all it takes is like their best friend or like their relative being like, "This is dog shit. Like, why are you doing this?" Right?
Because I love it.
But that's the second level of breakthrough, right? The first breakthrough is with yourself and your own mind. The second breakthrough is with your immediate peers and your connections.
I've never. For me, I don't care if my parents or my friends hate it or not. This is what I love. I'm
That's
gonna
awesome,
do it regardless.
That's very difficult for a lot of people, including myself, to reach.
Okay.
I'm very malleable towards. I mean, I'm working on that myself now, but if you asked me that a year ago, I was very easily shifted by other people's perceptions of me. Nowadays, see, that's what it takes. That's what failure will teach you to do is to disregard all that.
Yeah.
Man, you're probably gonna sneeze the hell out right now.
You want me to ask you the question?
You got a question? Yeah. What's your question? You asked AI for this question?
I did. But this is the thing. I have to vet these questions that AI gave me.
All right.
These are really good questions.
You get one.
Okay. What is something you believed strongly 5 years ago that you now think was completely wrong?
Ooh,
that's a good question,
that's
right?
A fire question.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Something you thought 5 years ago that you thought was right, but now looking back, you thought it was completely wrong. Like a complete reversal in your thinking.
I have several. I'm just thinking what's the most appropriate to share.
How old are you 5 years ago? 24?
I'm 29 right now.
24.
So I was 24 years old.
So 2 years out of college.
Yeah, I think.
You were in New York?
For me, it was only a year and a half because I took 5 years in college. Okay, so yeah, I was in New York.
And you were working a job, right?
Yeah, I was working a job. It was my first
so that
corporate
period
job.
Of your time.
Okay. I got a good one. Okay, so one thing I believed at that time is that in a relationship, love is all you need. And I thought that everything else you can figure out. I thought that everything else would fall into place.
What do you mean? Love is all you need?
Yeah. I thought that if you, as a man, loved your wife or your significant other, then everything else will fall into place. Now, I'm completely reversed on it. Now, I think you cannot properly love your significant other if they don't meet certain criteria. Seems very, very basic to a lot of people. But you got to understand, man.
Honestly, I don't understand. What do you mean by everything will fall into place?
I mean, okay, say there are certain deal breakers for you as a man and your partner, right? And but you still love this person. You love them to the core, right?
How do you love someone if they have deal breakers?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't have that.
Okay.
Like, I didn't have that concept.
Okay.
At least I didn't see so to me, I didn't see them as deal breakers. I saw them as flaws, right? I never thought, that's what I'm trying to get at, is that I thought all flaws can be fixed if you love this person enough, right? I didn't realize that there are legitimate deal breakers in life.
Like what?
Like not being, well, for me personally, I would say not maintaining your body and your mind, not exercising or not taking care of yourself, not willing to solve problems, not holding down a job, like a legitimate job, like not just like random gigs. So those are all those things because it affects like physical attraction, right? If you let yourself go, as a partner, man or woman, that's going to affect your relationship, right? Because physical attraction is a huge part of attraction in general, right? And then not getting a job, like, dude, New York City's expensive, man. Like, if you're not pulling your weight and you're not, that's another thing. It's just like, I would never do that to my partner. I would never expect someone else to foot the bills on a lot of things. And in general, going back to that victim mindset, right? Like, oh, the world's against me type shit. Like, I don't agree with that at all. But to me, all these things were just flaws at the time, and I didn't see them as deal breakers because my mindset at the time was just so young and so pure. And I was like, I love this person so much that these are not deal breakers. They're flaws that we have to work through together. That's how I philosophically saw them, right? So I was like, this person's meant for me. And no matter what happens, no matter what, I'm going to figure out a solution to this. Now, 5 years later, I see that the reason I didn't have deal breakers is because I didn't have enough self-respect.
For yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you don't respect yourself enough, you let anybody into your life. And you can do all the right things for the wrong person, but that still makes you wrong. Because you didn't have the discernment to choose wisely. So for me, I would say that love, the definition of love has changed drastically because it's not just a Romeo and Juliet feeling. It's not all about feelings. This other person has to, they have to benefit you in some way, right?
Of course.
Yeah. See, this wasn't obvious to me back in the day.
So what's the point of a relationship then if there's no benefit?
I thought it was all love. I thought it was just all, I love this person and we're going to figure it out.
But is love not a benefit?
It is to a certain degree, but if they're not doing shit, if they're just a bum, bro, they're just a bum. You can love a bum. That's on you though.
Okay.
Personally now, when you start to respect yourself, you start to set standards for yourself. So now, I've recently gotten attention from some people, and now it's very easy for me to be like, I want nothing to do with this person. Back in the day, I used to get attention from people, and I would be like, oh my God, this person loves me. Like, they're it. That's the person I want because they want me. And I didn't think about like what they could offer for me or what we would look like together. Like, would we be better together? Would we, does 1 + 1 equal more than 2?
No.
Mathematically, no. But I'm saying like romantically, it should, right? When you get together with someone, it shouldn't just be the sum of you two. It should evolve into something greater. And I just didn't have that vision. It was a very lopsided relationship where I felt like I was carrying a lot of the weight. And I'm just now to me, love is a much more complex thing where I have needs, and I used to feel ashamed of having needs. I used to feel like I, as a man, have to provide for my partner, and I'm not allowed to have needs. Now I'm very comfortable with myself, and I'm like, if you can't meet my needs, then I don't have interest. It doesn't matter how much you're into me.
Yeah, you have standards.
Yeah, and it took a while for me to do that. It kind of goes back to what we were saying in the very beginning of this, which was like with friends and everything, right? It's like you have certain standards. You have I think it's just more about like standards and like understanding who to let close into your life.
Yeah.
It was just a painful lesson, bro. Like divorce, like it should not have had to go to divorce for me to realize it, but it did. And that's what it is, But it's interesting. 5 years is a good time frame because that's exactly at the peak of my infatuation with her. And now 5 years later, it's wildly different, bro. Different state, different mindset, different income level, like different level of independence. And now the idea of being with someone is such a turnoff to me because
For real?
Yeah, I'm not into it. Well, you got to understand, I have never been single as an adult until last year. So whatever you and all my other friends went through in your guys' 20s, your early 20s, I'm going through now.
Okay.
And so now I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of independence and freedom.
Yeah, it's amazing actually.
Yeah.
No commitment. I'm not paying for this other person's credit card debt.
Yeah, you save a lot of money too.
Oh, dude, so much. I'm like, I used to think that I had a fucking spending problem. No, dude, I had a fucking leech problem. Like, shit is actually affordable if you're not, footing the bill for two people at once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say my definition of love. That's
the biggest change.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm still working through it. There's clearly a lot of residual pain and lessons to be learned from it. And I think the worst thing that I could probably do is overcorrect, because it's very easy to go from that extreme situation to being like a red pill misogynist and being like, yo, I don't want any woman. Like, if she don't do this, like, if she don't clean and cook for me, like, I don't want her. Like, it's easy to do that. But I think the more difficult conversation is to understand that there's nuance and that everybody has flaws. Whether it's friends, family, or like your partner, right? They're gonna have something. And I think at the end of the day, if most of the things are beneficial, that's a win, man. You're not gonna get everything.
No. Nice.
What about you?
The biggest change?
Yeah, 5 years. Where were you at 5 years ago?
5 years
2021.
ago? 2021? Oh, 2021?
Yeah.
2021, I was in Fresno.
Oh.
I think, yeah. Or very early in my corporate career. No, I think 2021 I was in Fresno. I was by myself.
At your grandma's crib.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, biggest change, honestly, after living there completely changed my perspective on a lot of things. All right, y'all. I mean, this might sound kind of messed up, but after living in Fresno for like 2-3 years, I was like, I'm not shitting on Fresno or nothing like that, but like I lived in a very like a low income apartment. Like you can't live there unless you're like below a certain like income level, right? They don't just like rent this out to random people.
I got it. Yeah.
Like a low.
It's rent controlled, right?
Yeah. And a lot of my neighbors were unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were just living off of like government assistance, like food stamps, and like every month the government gives them like a stipend, right?
Yeah. You didn't do that, by the way?
No.
Even though you qualified, you chose not to do that?
No, I got unemployment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that. I got unemployment.
Okay.
I think I got like $500.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Or maybe like $600. Like not a lot, but not a little. I mean, I could buy like groceries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, it would be like 1 p.m. in the afternoon, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I would see like my neighbors like just outside, just like smoking and drinking, just doing fucking nothing, bro.
Bumming it.
Yeah, while I'm here like fucking grinding, dude. You know, like driving like 1, 2, 3 hours in the middle of nowhere to buy a guitar that I could flip and like make content, you know, or like I was like trying to do something. And you see these dudes like grown ass adults, bro, like 40s, 50s, 60s, just like taking advantage of the fucking system, right? Because they know like, oh, I don't have to work. I can just get money from the government and coast by. Because it's enough for me to cover rent and buy some food and some alcohol and some cigs. And I'm just like, bro, there's a reason why certain people just stay where they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I realized. That's like the biggest change in mentality I had. Like when I was younger, I had sympathy for people like, oh, we have to take care of people who aren't doing well, you know, that are unfortunate, less lucky, like homeless. I still do believe that, you know? But now I'm like, bro, there's a reason why certain people are just like, they stay at the same place, you know? You know what I mean? Like these dudes were living there for 20 plus years, dude. Because my grandma was living there for, ever since I was, like, I remember when I was born, like 20 years, right? It was the same neighbors. And I'm like, how come these dudes never moved out? You know, how come these dudes like never like try to better themselves, right? Gain more skills or go to school or do something to get out of the situation that they're in. And now since I'm older, I'm like, I understand, like, they didn't want to. You know what I mean? Like, they're okay with this. But to me, it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
To me, it's unacceptable. Like, I don't want to just be living like this. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of life? Like, I want more from life, you know? So I think that's the biggest change. It's just like, I realized not everyone is the same. Everyone thinks the same. Not everyone thinks the same. They have different priorities, which is fine, right? But now I understand, like, bro, some people they just don't care, right? They don't care. And to me, I don't really understand it, but who am I to tell these guys, like, hey, you got to change? Like,
yeah,
I'm over that. Like, if you don't want to change, bro, feel free, right? That's your life. It's not my life.
Yeah. I think it's confusing because you're a person who strives for more and wants to do better constantly. And so when you meet people who aren't like that, at least for me, my initial reaction is like, well, why not? Why don't you want to, like, you're just okay with this? Like, I just assumed because I think this way that a lot of everybody else thinks this way.
No.
Because I've encountered people like that too. Not on such an extreme level, but just generally, like, people who are just like, whatever I have right now, if I have it for the next 65 years, I'll be perfectly happy.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of them are.
It is, and dude, there's a bit of jealousy on my part because I'm like, fuck, dude, I wish that's all it took for me to be happy.
Yeah. No. 100%. Because it's a lot of stress, bro. Yeah. Trying to like work on yourself, right? It's hard. You have to push yourself, like going to the gym when you don't want to go, when you feel hella lazy and hella tired. It's like super hard, bro. But
I wish I was okay being a fat fucking slob and just ordering in and just fucking not saving money and just.
You would be okay?
No, I'm saying I wish. Okay, I wish that's all it took because it would be so easy. It would be so fucking easy, dude. But I care about how I look, and I care about how I come off, and like,
Yeah.
I care about wanting to do bigger and better things. Like, again, going back to the vision, right? So many people don't even have the vision of like having a business like you want, or like creating a big passion project like an animation, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, to a lot of people, bro, like when I tell them that I'm an engineer and I work on data centers, right? That's like a lot of people's dream, right? But for me, it's like a baseline level, and then on my real dream is like getting into the media in some form, putting content out, editing, like doing something creative, painting, like something, right? That's where the real heart of it is. So there's like two levels. It's like people see just the sustenance aspect of life like as the dream. But I can't see it that way. I always feel like there has to be more. Yeah. It's kind of, in some way, sometimes it comes off like a curse where I'm like, so is there nothing that could make me happy? Like I'm always just going to want more. So if I got everything that I wanted today and I woke up tomorrow with it, I think the day after tomorrow, I would be unhappy again because I would have newer goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like I'm just going to die always wanting more. That's how I feel.
Yeah. No, that's a good point because that's another mindset shift that I'm trying to work on right now. It's just like gratitude. You know what I mean? Being grateful for what you have and enjoying the moment and the present more, and not always like being so like worried about the future, like, oh, I have to pay my bills, or I have to, you know what I mean? Because I'm a very long-term thinker, and a lot of times, bro, it costs me great stress, dude, mentally. Great distress as well. And I think like once I turned like 29, 30, I was like, dude, like, it's okay to just enjoy the process, you know? That's like the biggest change I'm trying to have mentally. It's just like, bro, it's so cliche, but it really is the journey, bro. Yeah. Like, we can't predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen. And if we're constantly just worried about that, you're going to be miserable. And there was a lot of times where I wouldn't say miserable, but I was very stressed, dude. But now I'm like, especially this LA trip, I told myself, hey, let's just go and just fucking just rest. Like, just have fun, you know? Don't always be like, you know, going out to a bar and then in the back of my mind, like, yo, I have to, like my business, like, you know what I mean? My work, you know? I still do, but I'm trying to like lower that type of mindset or that type of thinking more, you know? Yeah. But yeah, like, enjoy the moment, you know, what we have. But it's hard though, because we always compare, right?
That's the toughest part.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
We went to such a great high school together that we have so many peers that are just ridiculously successful.
But success is different though. You know, what is success? It differs between the individual. Going to good college, good job, good company, is that success? Maybe honestly, for them.
In your 30s as a dude, I think it's just money. Like how much money you got.
Money is success?
For a vast majority of 30-plus-year-old dudes. Yeah, dude. That's why I didn't want to go to my fucking high school reunion, dude. It's like, it's just a dick
nobody set it
contest.
Up. Huh? Oh, we're not even in the same.
We're not. I'm a year younger, but I mean, it just that's what it is. Like when you're 30 plus as a dude, like I feel like it's all money. It's like I don't care if you're an artist. It's like how much money you making off of that though. It's like I don't care if you're in tech, how much money you making off of that. What kind of watch you got on your wrist, you know? As a dude, it's just incredibly like very straightforward.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like money, but it's not, money itself is not fulfilling to me. It's not everything in life to me.
Yeah, I agree.
This music stuff, this is my passion. This is what fulfills me, bro.
But it is a common currency that everyone judges your value on.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna not do what I want to do because that's how people are thinking about me, you know? That's the thing, like, we get so self-conscious about how others view us, right? Who cares, bro?
It robs you of your genuine progress, like the happiness
And
you
your
get from
joy.
progress.
Yeah, exactly. Easier said than done. But it's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do just because of what someone thinks about me. If somebody thinks negatively about me, this person's not my friend, you know?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I don't, it doesn't matter. If it was like my genuine homie and he's like shitting on me and like, then is this guy really my friend?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
I've definitely gone through that.
You know what I mean? That was never your friend then.
Yeah.
Like, to me, a true homie, like, there's gonna be ups and downs, right? There's gonna be times where it's like they call you out and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's all love, right? For me, like, if I don't care about you, I don't care what you do. But like, if you're my homie and you do something that's kind of concerning, I'm gonna tell you, dude. I'm gonna call you out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't even know what we were talking about, but
that's all good. No, that was a great question though. I think I'm gonna keep that going for that tradition. You're my first guest, so I'm
keep what going?
Just asking one question. I'm gonna keep that going for future guests. Yeah, I like the little curveball that it throws.
And you should continue doing this pod.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
as your own personal diary, bro.
Like, that's all it is. And I've always felt this way about social media because, you know, I didn't have social media for several years in early college just because I just didn't feel like it just felt like I didn't want to showcase what I was going on. But then when I had the comedy thing, I was like, okay, now I finally have something that I wish to share. So I've always treated my social media as a public diary because I have a private diary that obviously a lot of those thoughts are for me. Yeah. And, you know, but the public...
Like a journal?
Yeah, a journal, yeah. But my social media has largely been a very open and honest conversation about who I am. And it never mattered to me, like, the amount of views or the amount of, like... Obviously, I use that as a metric to see how I'm doing. Like, it's a good feedback. In the same way that stand-up, the laughter is feedback. But if I think something is truly funny... I'm going to say it regardless of how much laughter I get on stage, right?
Yeah.
And I've done this. In the same way, I'm going to post whatever I want to post regardless of how many views or how many hate comments I get. So, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it's more about just putting shit out there.
Yeah, dude.
And dude, like there's somebody for everybody. You know, like you're going to resonate with someone. Is like I've seen some of the least interesting people I've ever known in my life, and the content that they put out, I'm like, I guess they have fucking 100,000 followers. Like that's cool. So it really relieved the pressure of like trying to impress people because I'm like, there's so many fucking people out there in the world, bro. Like you're going to cultivate an audience no matter what.
Yeah. But you won't know unless you put your stuff out there
For a while and consistently. So whatever it is, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, I could see a lot of hate comments coming in. I could see a lot of love coming in, but I think ultimately I'm happy with the fact that I stuck with something, and that's what I really like.
Yeah, bro. I've gotten so much hate comments, bro. It's actually hilarious.
How do you deal with it? Do you just not respond? Because that's my thing. I'm like, if
I respond to some.
Yeah.
I like to troll some. It's funny, dude.
Most
I find
of them
it funny.
Ignore.
Yeah, no, some of them are. It's funny because.
Oh, hey.
A lot of the hate comments don't really affect me like that because I just know it's false. Like, they're like, a lot of them is like, you have no idea what you're talking about for guitars. And I'm like, bro, you know how many guitars I've flipped? Like, I think I have some credibility. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So when I hear stuff like that, I'm just like, bro, this dude has no idea what he's talking about.
I got called a
That's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot which clip it was. It was something about it was so weird. I posted like something about, I think it was about the PE exam or some shit like that. No, the professional engineering exam. And then it was just so unrelated. The guy in the comment was just like, typically, this is exactly what I expect from a Nazi engineer. And I was just like, where did this come from, dude?
Yeah, those people just block.
I'm like, dude, they must be a troll, bro.
It's not even worth responding back.
I was just like, what the fuck? And I just put my phone down.
Yeah, that's another thing I realized. Bro, there's like a lot of weird people out there, bro. Yeah. They be writing some weird stuff.
Yeah, for some reason, they all find me.
Hey, like attracts like. Right? Yeah, so those are the people you attract.
That's true. Well, I think we're at time.
Yeah, that was long, dude.
Yeah, it was a good pod, though. Well, thank you so much for being my first guest.
Of course.
It was an honor, dude.
It was fun, dude.
Thanks for coming down to LA and doing this with me. Every single guitars, give them a follow. I'll put the handle on the video here. And if you're in need for a guitar, or if you're just into the music industry, check out Kendrick's page.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining Neel Sits Down.
Thank you. It was fun.
All right.